Hi there. My name is Matthew Weiner. I'm here with a great friend of mine and colleague, David Mills. He's working with us for a couple of years now. And so first off, if you're watching this video, you know who we're really looking for are people that they're very self-driven, determined people that want to really carve out their own lifestyle. You want to control your own schedule, work your own hours, be your own boss, take the cap off of your income, and create a lifestyle that's really meaningful for your family and in an environment that really values and appreciates you and recognizes all of your wins and successes and contributions to the growth of our company. And so we're really looking for people that are self-disciplined, that are very driven, that want to really just dramatically change their lifestyle. In 2017, I started here as a part-timer, and I was working at Walmart at that time. Never done a sale in my life, never ran a business. And I was just in a situation where I was making about $2,200 a month. We were broke as a joke. I mean, at one point, my wife started making soap in a bucket, so we didn't have to buy soap anymore, just to save a few bucks per month. And we went from that situation in 2017 to 2018, would have been my first full year in business here. Made $106,000. In fact, the last 3 months of that year, I made $46,000 just in the last 3 months alone. Grown a great business here, and now this year we're pacing to make about $430,000 running an agency and actually working with great people like David Mills and many others. And so, David, tell us about your experience. So, where were you previously? How long have you been with us? And tell us about you had a great month actually just the last couple months ago.
Yeah, just October was a stellar month for me. Right at $12,000 in deposited into my account. And previous experience was really, I was kind of a jack of all trades. I had done several different jobs over the course of my lifetime. Fell into life insurance with a different company, completely different structure, and was blessed enough to come across you in my journey to better myself and find something I really wanted to do.
Absolutely. And so $12,000 in the pots a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And so, we've had the pleasure in the last 5 years that I've ran an agency, we've helped at least one or two people become six-figure earners in their first year in business. And they made anywhere from $101,000 to $299,000. Working their own schedule, they're their own boss. They work when they want to. So if those are results that you want for yourself, we got a great opportunity here for you. And so we're going to cover 5 points briefly here. We're going to talk about who we sell to and the type of products we offer, the consumers we work with, some of the insurance companies that we work with. We do work in a very specialized form of life insurance, how you get paid here, what training looks like, and what the opportunity for growth and maybe growing your own business and agency would look like here with us. So let's start with that first one about who we sell to. We serve a massively underserved community, the middle class folks that are looking for financial services. They don't know who to turn to. And so what we do is we mail out across the country, mail pieces to homeowners, people that have either purchased, refinanced, or got a line of credit against their home. We have an internal lead campaign and spend millions of dollars per year sending out these mail pieces, and people actually respond to those mail pieces by either calling into an 800 number or just by replying, filling it out by hand, mailing it back in, and sending in their inquiry. So these people are very much interested in what they have, and what they're seeking out is actually a very specialized form of life insurance called living benefits. So David, you had never heard of living benefits prior to us, right?
No, I hadn't.
Okay, so let's talk about what living benefits are. So what is a living benefit life insurance plan?
So a living benefit life insurance plan really is, it covers critical illness, chronic illness, or cancer, heart attack, stroke, anything. It's not just in the event of dying or a death contract. It's really, if you had something negative happen to you while you're still alive, you can leverage that policy. I had a client whose husband had gotten testicular cancer. He had a policy in place. And so he got his policy in June. August, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. And then he leveraged that policy and paid his bills while he was going through chemotherapy. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I just heard that today, actually.
Yep.
That's incredible. And so he only had his policy for a couple of months.
Yep.
That's amazing. And so, these riders are actually built into their policies for free. And it's just so unknown. People don't know that it exists. And so there's no catch to having a living benefits policy versus just a standard death benefit. And that's what we're at war against, is replacing the old death insurance that's out there. So literally you can have a living benefit policy or just a standard death insurance policy, and you're going to pay the same premium for each one of them. In fact, we have some proprietary products that actually are very, very competitive. It's often the case that, our products are even cheaper than the other products out there that are just a standard death benefit. And so there's literally no catch. It's a no-brainer to have a living benefits plan over a standard death benefit. And so we work with some of the largest insurance companies out there, because you have to imagine that if the insurance company is not asking for more money, but they are taking more risk, they've got to be very reputable carriers that can actually pay the claim. So you just gave for those of you that are already licensed agents out there, you'll really appreciate what David just said, and the fact that this client had a policy for 2 months and he filed a claim, and that claim got paid. And it was how long did that take actually?
It took about a month and a half. It was within the first 2 years contestability stage. So he had to get communications from his doctors to demonstrate that he didn't know he had cancer when he had the policy first put in place. But once that was done, it paid.
So to have a life insurance plan and file a claim within the first 2 years, they did a full-fledged investigation and paid the claim within 6 weeks, is actually super impressive. That's super impressive. That's amazing for that to happen. So you can feel really good. So David, you have a lot of confidence. Like when you're talking to people, I'm sure you have just a great deal of confidence in what we sell to people, right?
Oh, 100%. It's amazing. One of my favorite books outlines on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about what you do? And if it's a 10, you're in the right space. If it's a 9, you're okay. If it's a 8 or less, you need to find something new. I'm a solid 10.
Amen to that. Me too, man.
Yeah.
Me too. Seeing what we do for people, not just producers out there. I'm sorry, not just clients out there, but really people like you that are going out there and helping folks, and seeing what this does for your family, and that it's a win-win-win. The client's winning, you're making money. We're supporting you, and we make money when you do. It's just there's so many wins involved. And I'm a hard 10 myself, absolutely. Yeah. So, we work with companies like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Gerber Life Insurance, just like the baby food, CVS, like the pharmacy. They actually have a partnership with a company offering life insurance products. They're all big brand name companies you'd be very familiar with. So they're not fly-by-night deals. They have billions of dollars in surplus assets, and they can afford to pay those claims. I think the client you're referring to that was with Americo, one of our carriers. Yep. Yeah. So that's a little bit about who we sell to, the carriers that we offer, the products that we specialize in. We offer also a lot of IUL, which gives the ability for people to get their cash back. People love the idea of getting their money back on their life insurance, so they're not losing anything. It's like a savings account. And so let's talk about pay real quick. So actually one thing, let's talk about the lead system in a little more detail. Yep. So leads are not free. Well, it costs our IMO anywhere from $90 to $110 to generate a super high quality, high intent lead. Somebody that is undoubtedly expressing interest in what we have. So David, when you call people, they know for sure exactly what you're calling about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no question to it. Doesn't mean you book every single lead. Doesn't mean you close every single one of them. It's still a sales gig. But as a salesperson, there's a great deal of relief knowing that when you're calling that person, they know why you're calling. It's super frustrating to call a lead, and we've tried many others, and we just can't find anything better than what we have. But it's super frustrating to call a lead, and they're like, I didn't inquire for that. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like,
I've lived through that with my previous company I was with. I would go to online lead vendors, and people are like, what? Why are you calling? I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Right.
It's night and day. It's a complete 180 from what I was used to.
Absolutely. So do people have to spend a great deal of money to get access to great leads?
No. Some of my favorite leads cost $3. They're aged, they're a year old. Mm-hmm. And I love them. I track when I make a call, and if I've got 10 contacts, I've got at least 4 appointments set out of those 10 contacts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's an age lead that's a year old.
Yeah.
4 out of 10 that's super profitable as well. A lot of agents that we work with, they'll actually start off on 50-cent leads, getting started. And I'll see people about every 15 phone calls they're making, even on a lead that's 50 cents to 2 years old, because they don't get sold to like so many people over and over again. They're booking an appointment out of every 10, 15 phone calls, sitting with about 60% of the people that they book an appointment with, and actually closing about half of those. And so let's talk about like how the sales process works, right? Because the products we offer, amazing part of it is like there's no medical exam involved. It does accept pre-existing or conditions. So
Yes.
even if somebody had cancer, let's say, over 5 years ago, if they're otherwise healthy, we can actually get them a living benefits plan, right? And we're going to sit with that person, and within 45 to 60 minutes, write a policy up. And David, tell them how quickly and how often is a policy getting approved?
Well, about 80% of the policies that I write are approved on the spot. There are a few carriers where it'll take 2 to 3 days to get the approval to come back. But typically, I get to tell the client, "Hey, congratulations, you're approved. We're good to go." By the time we finish the phone call.
So one of the most common concepts or phrases thrown out in this industry is speed to lead, right? So getting access to a lead, making an appointment with that person, and getting the deal closed. You're able to do that within the same day, get the policy issued, and then 2 days later, you're getting money in your bank account.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about what that money looks like. So our starting commission rate here, our comp grade ranges from starting at 70% all the way up to 140% commission level. You can jump commission levels on our grid and actually go up to, all the way up to 140% within 3 months. You can jump commission levels, and when you move up, you're locked in. You never go backwards. Just because if you start selling less or whatever, it's not like you go backwards because of that. You don't have any quotas to maintain, none of that stuff. And so at a starting commission rate of 70%, and for those of you that may not be in the industry, 70%, we're talking about 70 cents for every dollar that a client is putting into premium for their policy. You're getting that for the first year that policy is on the books. You get 9 months up front, 9 months of commission paid up front to you. And so your average upfront commission on a policy is a little over $500 per sale. And so, David, you've jumped up in commission level, so your average upfront commission is probably a little bit higher now. But would you say that those averages hold true?
Oh, it absolutely holds true. I mean, I had several sales that are just over the $100 mark, but I've had sales that are over the several $1,000 mark. That average, when I first started 500, you told me that's what it was going to be, and I said, we'll see. And then, yeah, absolutely.
Turns out it's eerily predictable.
Yeah. Favorite phrase, by the way.
It is. It's eerily predictable. So let's talk about training. So whether you're somebody that you've had your license or not, we'll help you get licensed. David will walk you through that process. You're looking at about a couple weeks to study, about maybe $100, $150 to obtain a life insurance license if you don't have one. If you do have a license, we just get straight into contracting and start getting you trained up. We have a 7-step training program on our team website that David will be personally walking you through, group training sessions to make sure all of your questions are getting answered and it's clear as to what needs to be accomplished and organized for you to get started. We can get you contracted, trained, ready to sell within 5 to 10 business days. Quicker. Some circumstances can be quicker than that, but 5 to 10 business days is, you're cooking through that pretty quickly to be able to start selling. And then David, we also have, tell them about like our live trainings actually.
Oh, live trainings are phenomenal. You can actually get on a Zoom and watch people calling, setting appointments 6 days a week. Nighttime, we have somebody who's actually has appointments set, and they're working those appointments in real time, live, while you get to watch and see. So if you have any questions or you're not sure about how you're doing something, you can watch some of our top performers making it happen in real time. It's absolutely the best training I've ever seen.
It doesn't get any better than that. Seeing the best people actually do the thing right in front of you. I used to get back in the day when this was something we used to do in person, and now it's all remotely. David, you do all this from your house.
Yep.
Back in the day when I did this in person, people would ask me like, "Can I ride along with you?" And they may be states away, and that's just tough to arrange. And I just didn't find it to be necessary. But today, given the access to the technology that we have and the fact that we all work remotely, it's like everything is done fully transparently in front of you. We don't clip anything. It's all done live. So the good, the bad, the ugly, the hang-ups, anybody that's cussing you out, somebody taking an appointment right on the spot and you write up a big policy, all the good, bad, and the ugly, and the great too. We just leave it all out there for you to see because we want to give you clear expectations about what it looks like for you to be in business for yourself with us. And we believe that expectations aligning with reality creates success. If you know exactly what you need to do, you're more likely to go do it. And so that's why I say the word's eerily predictable, because we lay out ratios for everything. We know exactly how many calls you're going to need to make, appointments you're going to need to run to generate a certain result. It's very predictable. And so let's talk about, we'll end on the note of the agency opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just say, maybe you're out there, you've bounced maybe between a couple different companies, you've not found the right fit. and you really want to sink your teeth in this industry and not only go out there and protect some families and make some income for yourself, but also be able to duplicate yourself and develop a level of passive income. Our comp grid is so unbelievably generous in this department where if you just have 3 people on your team, and between you and 3 people, in addition to your team is doing about $25,000 in paid business in a month, which is a very low bar. David, you did in October $22,000 in paid business just yourself.
Turned out to be 24.
24,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're pretty much a one-man sales manager team already, right? And we've had people do upwards of $48,000 in paid business in a month, and even higher than that actually outside of our team. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in paid business as a personal producer. So you can make great money as a personal producer, but if you want to really build a business and have a level like passive income, talking about sales manager opportunity, you'll have about $40,000 a year in passive income just at that level, and it'll get better than that. I was actually one of the top bonus earners this year in our company. We'll make probably about $145,000 or more in just pure bonus income. Just bonus income.
That's awesome.
Yeah, from our company. That's in addition to overrides, making approximately $430,000 this year. And so we got a great opportunity. Our company treats us so well. They subsidize our costs. They give us all kinds of bonuses and incentives to go out there and grow our business. And so, David, if this is an opportunity they may be interested in pursuing further, let's give them a code phrase so that they know, we know that they actually watched the video, and then how would they contact you?
Oh, well, the code phrase is, I get to do this. And call me or send me a text, 530-307-3673.
Thank you. We hope to hear from you.